Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Definition, and it's time to take a stroll through Zombieland with the long-awaited sequel now making its way to cinemas worldwide.
Hasta la vista, baby. Terminator 2. Remember? Woo!
Throughout this video, I'm going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about the horror comedy, as well as its ending. There's going to be heavy spoilers here, so if you don't want anything about the film ruined, then I highly suggest that you double tap out of the video right now. With that out of the way, I just want to give a huge thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into our breakdown of Zombieland Double Tapped.
It's time to nut up or shut up.
Okay, so Zombieland Double Tap picks up a full 10 years after the first film, and the sequel sees the return of the main cast of characters from the zombie franchise, which is still made up of Columbus, Tallahassee, Little Rock, and Witchita. Columbus and Witchita are dating, and Tallahassee is sort of a father figure to Little Rock. This makes for a dysfunctional group who've gotten by due to their strict adherence to the rules, which up until this point has kept them alive. They're at a place now where zombie killing sure has become easy, but what Double Tap does differently to its predecessor is that it shakes up the formula a bit and introduces a new, evolved zombie named the T-800 that is basically the title of the Daft Punk song Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. In addition to this, there's a whole new host of Walking Dead, including the Homer, named after the infamous Simpson character, that's a dumb lumbering mess, a Hawkins, as in Stephen Hawkins, who is the complete opposite of the Homer, and a Ninja, who's silent but deadly. All of these really elevate the film and kickstart the intro with an awesome reminder of just how fun this franchise is. I was blown away from the start by just how enjoyable the movie was, and watching the Columbia logo do some zombie killing itself made me remember exactly why the first film got such a cult following. Anyway, after making the White House their new home, they pardon Wesley Snipes, settle down, and truly become a family in the Fast and the Furious sense of the word. Columbus decides to propose to Witchita and makes things official, but she completely rebuffs it, worried that all marriages end in divorce and that their new world simply isn't built for attachment. Little Rock dreams of going off on her own due to Tallahassee still treating her like a child, and together she and Witchita leave. On the road they meet a new traveller, and then we pick up a couple of weeks later where Columbus and Tallahassee discover Madison, a ditzy survivor who somehow has managed to survive the apocalypse with a lot of dumb luck, and by having no brains. This kind of sets up the aesthetic of the film, which centres around the group meeting new characters that really bring a lot to the dynamism of the movie. Columbus and Madison sleep together just in time for Witchita to return and tell them that Little Rock has left for Graceland with a wannabe rock star. It's an awesome way to change up the dynamics of the film, and I was worried that the movie would feel stale after such a long hiatus, but there's just so much added here that it feels fresh and reinvigorating, providing a much needed shot in the arm for the franchise. This very much becomes a road trip set to the backdrop of the zombie apocalypse, and for those who thought that zombie movies were dead and buried, this shows that there's plenty of life left in the aesthetic.
This looks promising.
On the road they come face to face with the Apex Predator T-800 that's probably going to be better than the new Terminator film, and end up having to apparently kill Madison due to her showing signs of zombification. I'll get into this later, but after getting to Graceland they meet a woman named Nevada, played by Rosario Dawson, who tells them that the pair have headed to a commune named Babylon, which is built around a skyscraper. Her and Tallahassee bond over their shared love of Elvis and sleep together, and awaken the next day to find two more survivors that are basically mirror images of Columbus and Tallahassee. Now, my biggest problem with these new additions, bar Madison, is that the characters don't really last long. Each one is either dropped out of the plot or taken out just as quickly as they're introduced, and I would have loved to have been with the characters long enough to actually gain an attachment to them. It kind of makes these newbies feel a bit pointless, and though all of them get an awesome moment each, it's not enough to really make you more invested in the film. Now, there does come some redemption when they rediscover Madison driving an ice cream truck, and we learn that a freakout was actually just a reaction caused by her nut allergy. Columbus was supposed to kill her in the woods, but your boy is under the thumb, and it's like when the girl that you think you blocked turns back up to ruin your life again. I'm just kidding, ladies, I love you. Anyway, they arrive at Babylon and are forced to turn in their guns, which they begrudgingly do in order to find Little Rock. The commune sets off fireworks to celebrate their arrival, but Little Rock implies to Tallahassee that she wants to be her own woman, and he decides to part ways with them. On the road, he comes across the biggest zombie horde since World War Z and heads back to warn Babylon that the fireworks are attracting them. Left with no weapons, the group really struggle to fight them off, and it leads to an amazing finale. The horde is absolutely huge and makes for an awesome showdown, and when it seems like all hope is lost, Nevada shows up and rescues them from their fate, allowing them to escape up the skyscraper. On the rooftop, Tallahassee runs off and grabs onto a crane, but the zombies blindly follow him, with most of them running off the edge. However, two manage to get hold of him, but Little Rock saves him with a pistol that she forgot to hand in at the border. They manage to pull Tallahassee back in and save his life. In the end, Witchita accepts Columbus's hand in marriage, and she finally says yes to him. Little Rock breaks things off with her boyfriend, who ends up getting together with Madison, and Nevada and Tallahassee hook up. Joined by Nevada, the group decide to leave the commune, and after almost a decade of searching for one, Columbus states that they found their home with one another, stating that home isn't a place, it's the people you're with. The film ends with a surprise interview with Bill Murray that was shown in trailers for some reason, and if you're wondering exactly what that was, then we finally have the answers. Now, it's a kind of fourth wall breaking thing, but it has Murray promoting Garfield 3, The Flabby Tabby in 2019, and comparing it to the Godfather trilogy. He says he did the movie because drugs cost money, and it's a hilarious way to end the film. This takes place during Day Z of the zombie outbreak, and actually follows what actions he took to end up in the first film. It's an awesome little Easter egg that fans of the franchise will love, and watching Murray go about killing zombies and having fun with it is amazing. We also get another post-credit scene that's a blooper of Murray trying to cough up a fur ball that I thought I'd drop into the video just in case you left the film before you got to see it. But what did I think of the movie overall? Well, Zombieland Double Tap is an awesome addition that, whilst I think just falls slightly short of the original, is still a great ride. The movie perfectly balances comedy and action, and is just a blast from start to finish. Every character from the main cast gets a chance to shine, and though I do think that the film underdevelops its new additions, those who want to just have a catch up with the cast from the first film will find a lot to like. It is slightly predictable on the whole, but when you're having this much fun, who really cares? The team behind it did an awesome job of recapturing the spirit of the first film, and it feels like we never really left this, with them not missing a beat, matching the original in both tone and style. This is definitely the one to watch this weekend, and I was worried that interest would wane a lot in the film with its prior entry being so long ago. However, this really gets you back on board, and I really hope it's not another 10 years before we get to go back to Zombieland and see what other adventures there are for the characters. Zombieland is great, as you can tell I had a lot of fun with it, and that's why it gets a 7.5 out of 10.
What made you do it? And don't say the script. Can this be just between us? Drugs cost money.
Didn't see that coming, right?
Now obviously I'd love to hear your thoughts on Zombieland Double Tap, so make sure you drop them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, then please double tap that like button, and then tap it again because you've just unliked it, and make sure you check out my ending explained breakdown of last weekend's big movie El Camino, which will be linked at the end. We go over the entire film and discuss its ending, so it's definitely worth checking out if you want to know more. If you want to come chat to me after the video, then make sure you follow me on Twitter at DefinitionYT, or head over to my Discord server, which will be linked in the description below. We're also giving away a free copy of the Marvel Phase 3 Part 1 box set on Blu-ray, which contains Civil War, Doctor Strange, Homecoming, Ragnarok and more, and all you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is to like this video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts on Zombieland 2 in the comments section below. The winner is going to be chosen on the 15th of November, and the set will be shipped out from then to whoever gets the prize, so best of luck to everyone who takes part. This is the channel for people who are mad into movies, so if that's the kind of thing you like, hit subscribe. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this. I've been Definition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.